Hello, we're team communicators. Today we're going to introduce our refined concept to you. Based on the feedback received in last session, more interviews and survey results are needed to support our topic. We need to refine our concept in the following parts. First, the site survey is not very proper for people to conduct interactions. People working in the multi-floor building may feel hard to communicate with each other. The purpose of the concept is not specific enough, so we redesigned our concept by emphasizing the exercise and relaxation function. We plan to help people study in the library to take a short break through body interaction. They are allowed to interact with each other through shadows. In this way, the target user will be more specific, which mainly refers to student, and the use of context could be clearer. We elevated the proportion of the social function. In the social function at the moment is not the key point in our concept. We aim to encourage people to do exercise and relax themselves instead of social connection. So in this way, we're allowed to engage more people to attend the activities. Moreover, we have reviewed the related research on remote collaborative interaction. We found video whiteboard is much like our project idea. It's a prototype aiming to help people join simultaneously. It provides users with whiteboard which located in different locations. Users are able to draw on the board through gestures. The whiteboard makes it possible for users who are physically remote from each other to conduct graphical communication. It's a collaborative interaction which engages different users in different locations to interact with each other. In ancient China, the puppet drama was created to use shadows projecting on the scene to play performance. Oboe created a blackboard for uses of teleconferencing in 1979, and the carrier method adopted in teleconference communication are mainly through cameras and video copies. Different collaborators are required to send files and to have phone calls in order to maintain communication. It's not fluent for users to conduct interactions, and it's not a natural communication compared to the face-to-face communication. Interactive video board is a big drawing board which allows users to own a sharing drawing area. The video projector, a video camera, and audio equipment are set in each location. When users draw on the board, the video camera will capture all the contents on the board and project the contents on the other side through video projector. Meanwhile, the shadow of users will also be recorded and sent to the other user. In this way, users are allowed to see the drawing process as well as the user shadow in real time. They are able to draw, erase, talk, and pose in front of the screen as if they are in the same area and working collaboratively. The common gestures, including multiple touch and body gestures, are embedded into the system, so users are allowed to conduct interactions based on their previous knowledge and mental model. Moreover, interactive whiteboard allows multi-users to work together without location limitation. However, there are still some problems that need to be considered. First, the color of shadows still remain black when white. It's sometimes hard to maintain long-term interaction, and it's hard to sustain users' attention. Also, different shadows projecting on the screen can be troublesome, because it will be hard for users to tell different shadows on the same screen. It will make them feel confused about deciding the person they want to interact with. The audio will play an important role to solve this problem. Third, the image resolution and precision will influence users' interaction. If one user stands far from the screen, their shadows and subtle gestures may be hard to be noticed by another user. Users cannot receive feedback as to what they look like on the remote screen. Fourth, the image on the screen cannot be stored, retrieved, or printed in real time. Errors are hard to be corrected. So based on the user feedback and related research, we have refined our one-sentence problem statement. We aim to provide a better interaction opportunity for students studying in the library to alleviate the sedentary style and engage them to take an efficient break. We run site survey in 3 different libraries. In the English library, we investigated their study area, the empty space, and their levels. In the study area, we aim to categorize by 3 different aspects, which is the type, the location in each floor, the number, and population. As you can see in the picture, we finally decided to use Social Science Library as our site. It has common study areas, which is open study areas for groups and individuals from level 1 to level 4, and a postgraduate study area. It has study rooms for the groups and individuals at level 4. Also, the Social Science Library owns over 70% spaces are used for study area. In level 1, it has 1 study area, and it has 3 study areas from level 2 to level 4. The Social Science Library can accommodate over 200 persons, and it owns many spaces for them to study. It has 4 levels, which is great for us to set up our project. Based on the site survey, we also run some interviews and a survey to generate our persona. Jessica Taylor is a UQ student doing Bachelor of Business and Psychology. In order to complete her assessment effectively, he would like to choose to go to the library and working on them. On average, Jessica usually studies in the library for 2 times a week, and each time for around 6 hours. Due to the long time for study, she really wants to take a break regularly in order to release pressure and relax herself. However, she cannot find an effective way to spend her break time, and she only chooses to play with her phones and keep sitting in the seat. Jessica is willing to interact with interesting devices during the break time, and she feels interested in attending shadow interaction in the library. We still keep our original idea. 2 players are able to stand in front of the area, and they are allowed to interact with each other through their shadows. Player A will post gestures on the screen, and Player B will see the gestures on the other floor in front of his own screen. We use paper and flashlights to simulate the target context of our prototype. 2 participants standing on the 2 sides of the board, and they are able to use shadows to do interactions. We found 4 different students and test 2 rounds to test our prototype. And we define 3 tasks for participants to complete. First, identify their own shadows. Second, they are required to play rock, paper, scissors with their partner. Third, they are required to complete interactions collaboratively. From our testing session, we have received feedback from both positive and negative aspects. In terms of positive comments, users find it is innovative to use gestures and shadows to complete the interaction. Also, it is an interesting exercise during the break. Third, it can increase the imagination of different users. And in terms of the negative aspects, users indicate our interactions are innovative, but it has less navigation. Also, lack of effectively motivation need to be considered. So we'll set up more motivations and provide users with possible options for collaborative interaction, and makes them to engage small groups of people to interact with our concept. And that's our presentation for today. Thanks for watching.